One of the most successful companies in the southwest of England is the relatively young service and manufacturing firm AimTeq Services Ltd. It was started in 1996 by ex-RAF and GEC engineer Arthur Jupp, who built up the business from a standing start. He invited us into his Cirencester offices to find out why they are so successful and exactly what it is they do.
Our business is to design, manufacture, install, commission and then maintain building management systems. Building management systems are software driven, electronically actuated systems that control the environment, heat, ventilation, air conditioning and so on. I started AimTeq in August 1996. Prior to that I was working for GEC. And that came about as a result of a management studies diploma course which the RAF kindly sent me on, because I started off my life as a flight systems engineer in the RAF. My commanding officer, when I left, when I'd made the decision I was going to leave and deciding on what my new career would be, his parting words to me were, "Arthur, you can sell sand to the Arabs, you must go into business."
So Arthur, how did AimTeq first get started? And how were those first few months? I mean, was it a success straight away, or did it take time to build?
Well, the answer to both those questions is yes. It was a success pretty much straight away, but it was a terrifying experience. Starting your own business from scratch is not for the faint-hearted. I think in terms of qualities, I mean, ability is one thing, but I think you either need to have a lot of courage or be just crazy. But no, we were very fortunate, and a good example of that is that my wife and I put our life savings in to start the business, and that was matched by a loan from a high street bank. After 3 months, we had won so much business that I had to go back to the bank for some more cash, because we were running out of cash, because we had to buy more tools, equipment, cars and so on and so forth, which the bank thankfully agreed to, and we never looked back from there on. Hello, Arthur Jupp speaking. Oh, John? Yes, that's been sorted. When we first started AimTeq and the initial early success that we had, a lot of the customers that we were looking after in the southwest were on a consistent basis coming to us and asking us if we would not only do the service and maintenance, but would we also do the new project installations. And they also had branches in the southeast of England. Well, at that time we didn't have a panel manufacturing capacity, and we didn't have a commercial footprint in the southeast of England. So rather than let these opportunities slip through our fingers, I bought a panel manufacturing company in Croydon in London in 2001. That gave us the capacity for manufacturing, and also gave us the ability to be able to service those clients in the southeast of England.
The boxes and circuits that AimTeq supply and install don't look very glamorous, but they do an essential job maintaining stable environments in large buildings.
For example, here is an outstation. This is the electronic controller, which is controlled and told what to do by software, which will be loaded on a PC, and depending on the environmental design conditions, it will do certain things in certain conditions. Like if it is -5 degrees outside, the software will tell this controller to tell the heating system to call for more heat, either to increase the temperature of the water or however it's been pre-designed. Equally, it will do the reverse in very hot conditions, and it will call for air conditioning. We have something which we call the AimTeq way, and that's a philosophy of how we treat our customers, treat our suppliers and treat each other. We benefit from the fact that we are not a huge multinational conglomerate, so therefore the levels of service, attention to detail that our customers get from us, I like to think are significantly better than they get from much larger organisations. How do I know that? because I previously worked for one of them. So I'm ideally placed, I guess, to be able to distinguish between the service that those companies offer and the service that we offer. I think also as well, there is a much more, how can I put it, there's a much more friendly attitude and atmosphere here. As far as I'm concerned here, the customer is always right, and I act as the customer's champion inside my own business. And if ever a customer is not happy, which thankfully doesn't happen too often, then my own staff really have to explain and justify that to me first before we even look at whether there are any issues elsewhere.